Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Wasilkamilbey. This is Shamstoppers. We reserve all our First Amendment rights, constitutional rights, all that shit. You know, with all the news going on, they come out with a law that a bitch can lie and say you raped her. So fellas, it's time to be disrespectful. It ain't no law says you can't ask a bitch to suck your dick. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no law to say that you can't do that. Alright? So, what we gonna do, the title of this video is called Woman's Opinion versus Reality. This woman talking about, she giving up 5 tips for single mammies raising a son by themselves. And she don't even have a fucking son. Let me tear her ass up.
Oh, Charlie. Uncle Charlie.
Fake ass laughing.
Hey, Google, stop the music. Well, some of the haters have gotten off of work and they can't participate, ladies. So go ahead and like the video. Now, these are my personal tips for you single mothers that are raising sons. My tips. I have a bonus tip I need to add on here right quick.
Well, I got a tip for you. Don't bite the dick when you at the tip of the motherfucker. How about that?
All right, so my first, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and do my bonus tip. My bonus tip is, if you are if you have a great relationship with the father of the child, and you are the custodial parent, ladies, allow the father to have custody of the son in particular. Not that we want to, neglect the daughter, but give the father direct access to the son, and you become the visiting parent.
Now, fellas, you think that shit gonna happen? Huh? And then she gonna say allow the man like she got power over a man. That's what I'm saying right here. Her personal fucking opinions, not reality. In reality, you should take your son. Don't ask a bitch shit. Who the fuck you are, bitch? Without this holy cum, it can't be no motherfucking child. That's why Jesus was holy, because he came from a holy cock. And y'all motherfuckers don't want to talk about that.
If the father is obviously a great example. We're going to talk about examples in just a little bit. So my first tip, aside from the bonus tip, is to seek marriage really early when your son is young. That's going to give your son the opportunity to meet a potential stepfather. I mean, this is usually, you're going to be at the engagement stage. So I would say early on, when you know things are not going to work out with the father of...
Now, this bitch giving out her opinion. She by herself. She got a daughter. Don't have a dude. The bitch ain't even married, but gonna tell another bitch how to get... How a motherfucker gonna tell you how to get married when you ain't even married your motherfucking self? What I say? A woman's opinion versus reality. A bitch who ain't married can't tell another woman how and who to choose to marry. Next.
The son. Date as often as you can. Just meeting,
And dating. You know what dating means, fellas? Fucking. Fuck a new dude. You know what I'm saying? I know some homeboys of mine. They say, man, if I'm just going home to fuck. And she gonna say, what about my children? Shit, them children want to suck my dick, they can suck my dick too. I know niggas like that. That ain't playing with these hoes. They playing around and shit. And you got her silly ass giving out advice. Don't even make no fucking sense. I ain't even got no son looking like a motherfucking clown on this motherfucker.
And try to secure an engagement and a marriage early. Like I said, So your son at the early
A setup. She trying to get you to take care of another man's orgasm. What the fuck?
age possible can go ahead and become acclimated with a new stepdad. You see other races of women, they do this very often. Like you'll see, they'll have like a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old or a 6-month-old. And they'll be looking for a new dad, new father early on. All right. Now, if you have a son that's older and you've not secured marriage or anything like that, my next tip, so tip number 1 is to try to go ahead and get married as early as you can. Tip number 2, get your son involved in some sort of mentorship program like the YMCA or a sports league as early as possible.
Now, bitch, why the fuck you can't do it? Why you can't go outside and go play catch with your son? Teach him how to play football. Oh, I forgot, you ain't got one of them. But then you telling them how men ain't no good, but your bitch ass telling them to go YMCA. Do you know what the YMCA mean, bitch? The YMCA means Young Men's Christian Association. That's what the YMCA stands for. For all you didn't know that, Young Men's Christian Association, okay? And even Christians' dick get hard and they like to fuck too.
Now, excuse me. Here's the thing, ladies. Excuse me. Now, this is a requested video. The thing is, you want to get your son around men that are good fathers. So let's say you're looking at 3 different sports leagues that are in your area. Let's say you're looking at soccer.
She's saying she trying to get you a father through the sports league so she can fuck her way into success. That's what she trying to tell these hoes.
You're looking at football, you're looking at baseball. But let's say your son isn't really picky on which sport he wants, or you can rear him in a particular sport. The best thing to do is to get him involved in the sport that has the best fathers, so to speak, on the team. You can sort of interview the team and find out what type of fathers are going to be on the team, and they can help your son early on. Now, my personal thoughts are, try to get all of these different tips going, as many of these tips that you can. All right? So now these are my personal tips because I've seen this happening in my family dynamic, and my younger brother and my older brother, they're good men. All right? Everybody's flawed. We're all flawed, but they are good men.
No, okay? You flawed.
So the next thing, it kind of relates. It is male role models in your family. Like, if you have some really good male role models in your family, only steer your son in the direction of the good male role models. I don't need to tell you, ladies, what those role models would look like. Good fathers themselves, etc. Okay, ladies? All right? So definitely you want to do that. All right, so the next tip is, well, let me give y'all a good example. Even though I know of a situation where I knew a young man that didn't have a really good father in the house, he had 4 really, really good male role models in his family. He didn't see a lot of these things are very, very, very important, ladies. So yeah, if you have those, even if you have a 2 good male role models in the family, that can definitely make up for the absence of him not having a decent father. Many men that have become men today will tell you that even if they didn't have their father in their lives, a lot of times they had a coach or a mentor or a grandfather or a really good uncle, so to speak. Okay, pretty much. So that's number 3.
So what is this bitch's role for making this video? I don't know, I'm just asking.
Number 4 is this. Excuse me. If you can afford it, ladies, move into a house. Doesn't have to be a spectacular house, but make sure you have a house where you can buy a lawnmower and your son will have the duties of being able to cut the yard and do manly things around the house.
While you sit your stank ass there, try to tell him what to do instead of helping him. You hear what she just said? Get a house and buy a lawnmower. so he can be the fucking slave. Bitch, that's what the father's supposed to be in the house to show him, you dumb asshole. See, reality versus a woman's opinion. Just think if the father was at the house, that's a no-brainer.
Cut the yard, take care of a dog, fix little things in the house. Let's say even if you're renting the house, when you get a plumber to come over, your son can learn from the plumber,
Can learn from the plumber how to slang some pipe, some meat, because I'm a goddamn plumber. I slang this pipe, you know what I'm saying? I plumb up some pussy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See how sick this woman is? Talking about he can learn from a plumber. Plumbers lay pipe, man. Now, what if he at school and the plumber come home and come fix the pipes? Huh? He gonna be clogging her ass up too, right? Man. Hoes is crazy out here with these stupid ass videos.
Be supervised, but you can oversee your son doing that as well. Okay. With the way that a lot of these churches in particular are kind of, I don't know, sometimes I thought that it was a pretty good idea that, a young son goes to church and activities like that. But I'm going to be really honest with you. Church can be a hit and miss just like the sports activity can be a hit.
Yeah, because you've been fucked by the coaches before. When you took your daughter to be a cheerleader and you've been fucked inside the church house before. That's why you saying that shit. Hey, fellas, I'm not making this shit up. She telling you a woman's opinion versus reality. I'm giving you the reality versus her opinion. So that's what happened to her. You know what I'm saying? She get on YouTube. It was Successful Ladies Live. Now it's Successful Celeb News. She did a story about Byron Scott's wife getting a new woman versus his old bitch. Because she didn't keep up with herself. She let herself fucking go. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Right? Because sometimes, churches, like I said, you can have role models in the church that have issues with touching sons and boys and stuff. And so I never...
Now you got an issue with a nigga don't want to touch your manly looking ass. That's the motherfucking issue you had because you wouldn't have said this shit. You'd have been in church, you've been happy churchgoer, paying that offering your tithes, getting your dick. You know what I'm saying? But no. You get mad because nobody wants your wore ass pussy, your wore out ass pussy. The preacher don't want you. He don't want to lay hands or dick on you no more. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on.
Say that so much as getting in activities with other strong men in general. All right? Okay. So, like I said, I wouldn't shy away from that as a good experience, but sometimes as women, we're too with church members. Like we just assume everybody loves Jesus, but everybody don't love Jesus. Okay? So, yeah, church can be a hit and miss situation. But like I said, I know that this young man, even though his grandfather wasn't really a church goer, I think this is the harder one for us ladies to really try to grasp. But I'm not sure where this happens with women because I don't have a son, so to speak. But I've seen this dynamic play out.
Now you hear this stupid bitch? She said she don't have a son. I'm going to call these hoes bitches and all that because I'm disrespectful to these hoes. Because they ain't respectful. A bitch is disrespectful if she go down there and go put your name up for a loan. That's very disrespectful. That's some traitor type shit. Okay? That's what that shit is.
With women in my family and women in general, black women in particular, I see that sometimes we have low expectations of our sons because of sometimes racism in the society. Sometimes our sons will deal with different racial issues and stuff like that in schools, in different environments, and maybe an early job, like in their early years. What I would say is always have extremely high expectations of your son. If he's cutting the yard, expect him to do it to your standards. Whatever it is, if he's going to school, have extremely high expectations of your son.
Just like you got high expectations on getting you a good man. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't got one yet. You want to know why? Because you up here being fake, perpetrating that your pussy ain't hitting right. That's it. You got some whack ass pussy. You done been on all how many dates. You want to tell everybody you been on a date and all that. Your pussy ain't hitting right, fellas. If that pussy ain't hitting right, it ain't worth nothing. Leave it. Dump it. Pump and fucking dump. You know what I'm saying? This woman ain't telling the truth. If she's so fucking great, why the fuck is she by herself? And they came out with a book. Title that. Okay? Ladies, get a grip. You're gonna have to suck some dick out here. You know what I'm saying? These dudes with these resources, you're gonna have to suck their dick. You're gonna have to get on the ball because y'all ain't the ruler of resources. You've been lied to. You know, your opinion means nothing. Okay? Well, it plays a little part. We can just listen to this shit, you know. But our reality outweighs your opinions, okay? Fellas, I got a minute left. You know what I'm saying? Running out of camera time. But I'm working on Build the Bitches and Play-Doh Hoes. It's coming. Alright? And I got a church edition called Laying Dick Instead of Hands. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be our church edition. Laying dick instead of hands. Okay? You got any questions, any problems? Hit us up. Fuck these hoes. Get on your grind. Make a bitch give you a taste test of that pussy if it's worth it. And I ain't talking about these women with children. Leave them hoes alone. Run the opposite way. Tell them bitches, no thank you. Alright? Hit us up. Peace.